Hi everyone, so now we are going to start our new set of series, and that is going to be on the executive. Then we'll take up on legislature and then judiciary, so that we finish the major portions of your syllabus. We are already done till the topic of fundamental rights, but I had already covered several other topics from mid where, for example, amendment to the constitution, basic structure, parliamentary system, federal system, etc. So it's not that I'm going in a particular sequence of any particular book. I'm taking it in a story-wise manner. So those of you who have done the previous 74 lectures know about how things are being proceeded. But whatever I'm going to cover right now has also certain basics to be done earlier that I'll just inform in some time. This lecture is about the structure of union and state executive. So you have to notice that what we are going to focus here is on the word structure. Where it is given in your syllabus, I'll just show you. This is a portion of your GS2. Please note that from here on we are going to stick to the live note making method. We have done this earlier also in several of the videos, in fact in majority of the videos, but from here on it's going to be very strictly following. And we will be taking union and state executive simultaneously. Please do take care of mind that as well. Okay, in your syllabus, which is your paper number 3 GS2, you have this section which says structure, organization and functioning of the executive and the judiciary. This is on legislature, which we'll do in the further once we finish executive, and judiciary also for the time being we are not doing. So just focus on the three keywords: structure, which we'll take up in this video, organization and functioning of the executive. So here you have to do both union and state executive. And also the other part of the executive will be your ministries and departments of the government. So that we are not going to do as such, because that is current affairs oriented and you have to do it on your part. But the basic polity constitution thing, the basic structure, organization, functioning of the executive, we will do here. Now it has a very lengthy way of doing in the sense that it has many parts and subparts associated to it, and therefore you need to be very thorough with the whole structure of the executive so that things become very smooth to you. Before we do that, you need these lectures which I have covered on this channel to be done. So if you're watching, definitely in a recorded manner it is available to you. So please do finish these videos earlier. I'll just show you what lecture numbers you have to do. Otherwise, the basics that I've done there, I cannot repeat it time and again. So I'll take it for granted, and that was the reason of changing the sequence. I did it as per the convenience of the topic and not the book index. So therefore the reason of doing that was the same, and I hope you would understand that. Firstly, lecture number 14 you have to do, which talks about the concept of power sharing and types of government, because it is here in the types of government I have explained about the different types, including your parliamentary, federal, and how the legislature, executive, judiciary are divided. So broadly you will have to understand this. Democracy, for the timing, if you want you can skip, not very important for this topic, but definitely the pillar of everyone. So if I have to very firmly say, lecture number 14 has to be done at any cost. Lecture number 16 has to be done at any cost. If you miss this, you will not at all be able to understand about the election of president and for the vice president. And I will not be able to repeat, because there you will just see the term first past the post system, and I will just continue with that because I have already explained and dedicated a lecture to it. So if you do not do it here, it's going to be problematic for you. Then this is something that you can skip for the time being. Legislature you will have to do for the coming legislative classes. Executive, everything that I have explained about the basics. So to start you have to do this. Then to start judiciary you will have to do that. Then parliamentary and presidential system and federal unitary system, because सबका reference आएगा. So for this topic of executive, firstly you will have to understand this. So I'll just summarize that for you. For the topic of executive, do lecture number 14, 16, 19 and 21 and 22. Then in that only legislature and judiciary का काफ़ी कुछ cover हो जाएगा. So for legislature, do lecture number 18, and for judiciary, do lecture number 20. So if you finish all of these lectures in advance, it is only then you will be able to make better sense of what we are going to cover now. I hope I made myself clear. Please note them. These are not very lengthier videos. ठीक है, सब हाफ एन आवर के अराउंड होंगे, कुछ कम के भी होंगे, कुछ थोड़े बहुत ज़्यादा के भी होंगे, बट 20 to 40 minutes is the rough duration. So you see कि 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, just 7. So you can finish in maybe if you want to increase the speed or something. Anyways, now let's focus on the topic of structure of executive. And because we are doing live note making, please do not ask me for any PDF, PPT or anything for that matter. Nothing will be provided. You have to work hard along with me simultaneously. When we do structure of executive, as I just told you, we'll be doing both the things, union executive and state executive. When we talk about union executive, firstly you have to remember where it is talked about in the constitution. So firstly it is given in part 5 of the part 4 and part 4a. I hope you remember DPSP and fundamental duties we have done. So part 4a के बाद क्या आएगा? Part 5, right? So part 5 of constitution, in that also chapter 1. I'll just show you also. And state executive is covered in part 6 of the constitution, but not in chapter 1. It is given in chapter 2. So I'll show you what chapter 1 existed there. The articles cover here are 52 to 78. The articles cover here are from 153 to 167. You have to remember these smaller information, so I hope you are taking it very seriously. Now when we talk about what all are covered in union executive, like what does union executive comprised of and what does state executive comprises of. Firstly, the union executive comprises of the president. Then you have the vice president. Then you have the council of ministers, that is headed by prime minister. So I'm writing it here only including PM. Then you have attorney general. Now ऊपर की चीज़ें तो हो सकता है कि आपको otherwise भी याद रहे and you write in the paper, but if they ask you to choose, तो you have to remember that attorney general for India. ठीक है, ये भी आपको याद रखना है. अब अगर हम ये नोट करने की कोशिश करें कि इनके जो काउंटर पार्ट जो हम स्टेट में देखेंगे, what are those offices, तो it becomes easier for you. President, governor. That is why we'll do simultaneously, so that anything, comparing, contrasting, whatsoever it is, it will be easier for us to cover here. Vice president के case में please remember we have as such no vice governor thing. तो यहाँ पे ये blank रहेगा, ठीक है, because we have no vice governor post here. Then COMs यहाँ पे भी you will have the state council of ministers and it will be headed by the chief minister, so including CM. And to counter attorney general for India, I mean as a counter office here, we have the advocate general for state. Now आपके book में लक्ष्मीकांत में if you are following, so these two topics are given actually in the constitutional bodies, but हम उसको executive के अंडर ही cover करेंगे because we are doing it topic wise, so we'll finish it like once and for all. तो ये हमारा एक broad structure रहेगा जो हमें cover करना है. Now please understand why did I say that those previous topics were important for you to understand. Firstly, जब आप ये president और governor वाली चीज़ को देखोगे तो आपको समझ में आएगा that they both are the nominal executive. अब ये सब मैंने पहले explain कर दिया है कि nominal executive क्या है and यहाँ पे what are the real executive, the council of ministers headed by PM and the council of ministers headed by CM. तो अगर आपको पता ही नहीं है तो again you will find the problem, and this is actually this nominal and this real thing you will find where in the details of the parliamentary system. तो parliamentary system जो है वो हमारा सेंटर और स्टेट दोनों पे है and therefore it becomes important for you to understand this. नहीं तो फिर the relation you will not understand. And then similarly you will also notice one thing कि यहाँ पे अगर हम यूनियन और स्टेट की बात कर रहे हैं तो बिकॉज वी हैव अ फेडरल सिस्टम, तो अगर आपको पता ही नहीं है कि फेडरल सिस्टम दैट इज़ डिवाइडिंग द पावर बिटवीन सेंटर एंड स्टेट्स हैज़ बीन गिवन बाय द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इटसेल्फ, तो आपको ये चीज़ को फिगर आउट करना विल बी स्लाइटली डिफिकल्ट फॉर यू. बट वंस यू अंडरस्टैंड द बेसिक्स ऑफ इट विच इज़ कवर्ड इन this video, this one, lecture number 22 and parliamentary in 21. So you will automatically understand कि इसका क्या मतलब है, इसका क्या मतलब है, इसका क्या मतलब है. And as I said, this topic first past the post system and proportional representation, the methods of election. तो जब हम election of president करेंगे तो I'll take it again for granted and I'll just keep moving ahead. नहीं तो फिर I'll keep sticking to the same points that I've done. What is the point of wasting time? So therefore you will have to get into this idea. Now that you roughly know the structure of the union and the state executive, we will also have to try to understand कि हम per headings में क्या करेंगे. Like why are we doing it simultaneously? As I just said, simultaneously means I'll do president governor simultaneously, vice president separately because there is no vice governor post here, then COM including PM and COM including CM simultaneously, then attorney general and advocate general simultaneously. Now अगर आपको मैं रफली स्ट्रक्चर समझाऊँ तो बिकॉज अभी मैं बता दे रही हूँ तो फिर नेक्स्ट क्लास से विल जस्ट डिवाइड इट इनटू टॉपिक्स. आई विल नॉट गाइड यू अगैन एंड अगैन. प्रेसिडेंट और गवर्नर के केस में देयर आर मेनी सिमिलर थिंग्स, सिमिलर टॉपिक्स, बट डेफिनेटली स्लाइटली विथ वेरिएशंस दैट विल अंडरस्टैंड. तो प्रेसिडेंट के केस में जो हमें करना है ना, वो हमें करना है इलेक्शन. बट गवर्नर के केस में जो चीज़ करनी है वो करनी है अपॉइंटमेंट. गवर्नर इज़ नॉट इलेक्टेड बट अपॉइंटेड एंड प्रेसिडेंट इज़ इलेक्टेड बट इट इज़ एन इनडायरेक्ट काइंड ऑफ इलेक्शन. सो व्हाट काइंड ऑफ इलेक्शन वी विल नोटिस. ठीक है. देन समथिंग लाइक क्वालिफिकेशन. जब आप इलेक्शन की बात कर रहे हो तो क्वालिफिकेशन प्लस ओथ तो आएगा ही. तो ये सेम है यहाँ पर भी. ठीक है. तो वो हम सेम एज इन हेडिंग्स आर सेम. डिफरेंसेस क्या है, सिमिलैरिटीज़ क्या है, दैट विल सी लेटर. देन दोनों के केस में यू विल हैव द privileges and immunities, so that will go for both. Then again अगर आप बात करें term of office तो again that will go for both. तो आपको दिख रहा है जस्ट अभी यहाँ तक एक डिफरेंस आया हेडिंग में, अदरवाइज इट्स ऑलमोस्ट मोर एंड लेस द सेम. देन हम बात करेंगे मान लीजिए पावर्स एंड फंक्शंस की. सो दिस विल अगेन गो फॉर द बोथ. Now, when we talk about powers and functions, we will also compare the veto making power, the veto power, the ordinance making power and the pardoning power. तो उससे क्या हो जाएगा, जब हम compare करेंगे of president and governor, it will be easier for us to know their separate powers also and what differences exist between their powers. And then we will see the constitutional position of both presidents and governor. तो आपको समझ आ रहा है why are we doing it simultaneously. Moving on to जब हम बात करते हैं vice president की, so there are definitely separate topics. I will not write much of it because if you notice the index of Laxmikanth, you will see these are also given in that index, but you read it separately, so it becomes a problem for you. What I'm trying to say is कि हम साथ में कैसे करेंगे. Vice President के केस में just notice that index and you will see the topics like, let's just quickly brief this out. Election, qualification, the majority of the things will be same, like oath, conditions, term, vacancy, powers and functions. One thing important, comparison. With whom? With US Vice President. Okay, this is powers and functions. So President, Governor हो गए, Vice President. Now when we talk about the Central and the State Council of Ministers, ये हमें दोनों करना है. तो इनके common topics जो हमें समझने हैं, that will talk about the constitutional provisions, nature of advice that the ministers can give, how the appointment of minister happens, what about the oath and salary, what about the responsibilities they have, collective, individual, etc. क्योंकि ये सब questions में आते हैं. What about the composition of the council of ministers, अभी 2022 के prelims में आया हुआ था यहाँ से, and a very important section on cabinet. इसमें it will again have multiple dimensions that we'll see when that topic comes. Then moving on to the prime minister and the chief minister, that will do simultaneously. So you will have their appointment, how it is done, about the oath, term, about salary, about powers, functions. अच्छा, very important thing जो यहाँ पे distinguish होगा, that we have to do the relationships अगर हम बात करते हैं प्राइम मिनिस्टर की, सो हाउ द रिलेशनशिप इज़ मेंटेन बिटवीन द रियल एंड द नॉमिनल एग्जीक्यूटिव. सो ऑफ PM, relationship with president of PM and relationship with governor of CM, that will be differ. And then slightly important, some additional things are there in the prime minister topic, like role description, the CMs who became PM, etc. वो सब हम factual tidbits हैं, तो that will do, nothing to worry about it. And in the end, if we have to just notice the attorney and the advocate general, तो इनके केस में भी there are several common topics that we will do. And then जो भी differences रहेंगे, like you will have the appointment, you will have the term, you will have the duties, and you will have the functions. ठीक है. And especially for attorney general, there will be some, these will be common for both of them. Especially for attorney general के केस में जब आप करेंगे तो थोड़ा additional है, like rights, limitations. You will also understand about the solicitor general. आप हमेशा न्यूज़ में पढ़ते होंगे, so it will be easier for you to now relate it to the current affairs. So this is how our further lectures, I'll subdivide it into smaller topics so that it is not confusing for you, will follow. And this is the structure. Now to begin with, in the next video we'll talk about the election of the president and the governor's appointment, but उसका भी basic आपको समझना ज़रूरी है. So now we'll study also, we'll do the basics also. Let's try and understand that. The basics of president and governor, showing you the articles in the constitution. I'll do it right here for you. Okay, so that in the next video we directly start with the election and appointment, president and governor. Now firstly, definitely you have to remember that both are the nominal heads, and that is why I told you कि you will have to do those earlier videos. इनको हम nominal head भी बोल सकते हैं. क्यों बोलेंगे, प्लीज़ डोंट आस्क मी, बिकॉज आई हैव ऑलरेडी कवर्ड. टाइटुलर हेड बोल सकते हैं, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल हेड बोल सकते हैं. And the major reason is that we have a parliamentary system existing at both center and state. So we have the system of nominal and real executive. Now when we talk about the president, because the president is a nominal head, we know that the president is head of either union executive आप बोलिए या आप Indian state बोलेंगे, not head of government. Most of the people do not have this very basic thing clear. President is the head of state. Prime Minister, who heads the council of minister, is the head of government, right? तो वो हम कब करेंगे, जब वो टॉपिक आएगा. अभी के लिए, and that is why I have explained all of these in the previous videos. I have to, sorry, time and again repeat this, but I need to tell you the seriousness of watching those earlier videos. And the governor is the chief executive head of state. But along with being the chief executive head of state, the governor also kind of acts as agent of the central government. How and what and all of that, वो हम देखेंगे आगे, जैसे हम गवर्नर को डिटेल में समझेंगे. बट अभी के लिए just understand this. And therefore we can say that the governor performs a dual role. There has been a Supreme Court judgment also given and talked about that governor को हम सिर्फ एक central government agent की तरह नहीं समझेंगे. It's a separate constitutional office, so it has its independence. All of that thing will come to later, then when that point will come. अभी के लिए just understand कि kind of दो roles होता है जो गवर्नर को फुलफिल करना है. प्रेसिडेंट के केस में I told you head of the union executive or head of the Indian state, either way you see. The president is also considered as the first citizen of India, a very important point that you have to remember, and also considered as a symbol of unity, integrity, and solidarity of India. Now please also notice in both the cases of president and the governor, all executive actions, क्योंकि दोनों executive heads हैं ना, the nominal executive, both are nominal executive, so all executive actions are taken in their name. ये सब आपको आगे powers functions में भी आएगा, so अगर आप basics यहाँ पे समझ लें तो आगे आपके लिए आसानी है. Okay, चलिए moving on now, because we have seen कि ये आर्टिकल्स शुरू कहाँ से हो रहे हैं. इफ़ यू कैन सी दिस इज स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 52, दिस इज़ फ्रॉम 153. सो फर्स्टली लेट्स सी इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन कहाँ पे ये चीज़ें गिवन हैं. तो आई जस्ट टोल्ड यू पार्ट 5 इज़ टॉकिंग अबाउट द यूनियन ओनली, ठीक है. बट उसमें जो चैप्टर 1 है दैट टॉक्स अबाउट एग्जीक्यूटिव, उसमें भी फिर फर्दर सब डिविजन है, प्रेसिडेंट, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट. देन यू विल नोटिस कि आगे जाके आप चेक कराओगे तो वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ही है. देन यू विल सी हियर द काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स, देन यू विल सी द अटॉर्नी जनरल, ठीक है. एंड सर्टेन कंडक्ट ऑफ द बिजनेस इज टॉक्ड अबाउट. एंड देन उसके बाद चैप्टर 2 अंडर यूनियन ओनली कम्स इन पार्लियामेंट. तो उस पर अभी हमें नहीं आना है, हमें टिल 78 एग्जीक्यूटिव को डील करना है, राइट. So we have from 52 to 78 that you have to talk about. That is why I just gave you this. Moving on to the state one, let's try to see here. So you see part 6 states. Now हमने क्या देखा था कि part 6 states में जो chapter 2 है वो talks about the state executive. इसमें chapter 1 था directly, इसमें chapter 2 है. So what was that chapter 1? Chapter 1 was general, talking about that in this part unless the context otherwise requires. So if there is anything mentioned apart from what is given in the article, the expression state will not include the state of Jammu Kashmir. बट ये पहले था ना ओरिजिनल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में. यू नो कि आर्टिकल 370 के स्क्रैप होने के बाद अब इस चीज़ का कोई मतलब नहीं है, ठीक है. सो देयरफॉर नाउ यू हैव टू रिमेंबर कि अब इसका कोई मतलब नहीं बन जाता. ऑल दैट इज़ गिवन स्टिल देयर इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, को हटाया नहीं गया है. बट नाउ बिकॉज जम्मू कश्मीर इज़ नॉट अ स्टेट एनी मोर, इट इज़ अ यूटी, तो अभी इससे हमें कोई लेना देना नहीं है. वी हैव टू फोकस ऑन दिस. सो चैप्टर 2 एग्जीक्यूटिव स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द गवर्नर, starting from 153, and then similarly you will have like the council of ministers, advocate general, conduct of business, etc. till article 167. उसके बाद legislature आ जाएगा. So 167 and 153 is what we focus. Now moving on to let's see president के बारे में. election वाला जो है which we'll do in the next video वो 54 से शुरू होता है. So what does 52 and 53 have to say, right? Firstly, if we'll try to understand कि president के बारे में क्या बोला जाता है. So the first article 52 itself says that there shall be a president of India. ठीक है, very clear, given in the constitution. Similarly, because I am comparing both of these for you, so I'll do it simultaneously. 53 कहता है there shall be a governor for each state. Okay. Now they are also telling provided that nothing in this article shall prevent the appointment of the same person as governor for 2 or more states. So firstly, original article says that okay, if there is one state, there will be a governor for each state. Okay. But what is also allowed that the same person can be appointed as governor of 2 or more states, multiple states also, and this was added by 7th Constitutional Amendment Act 1950. You have to remember this. Ki a person, same person, can become governor for 2 or more states is also permissible. Okay. Moving on. The next article. And see, with this kind of approach, we'll finish all the articles, major at least articles of the Constitution also. 53 कहता है कि अभी हमने देखा ना कि they both are executive head. We just saw both president and governor के केस में, ठीक है, कि ये हेड हैं, ये हेड हैं जिनको हम नॉमिनल या एग्जीक्यूटिव हेड बोलते हैं. सो एग्जीक्यूटिव पावर कहाँ से आ रहा है यूनियन का? क्यों हमने हेड बोला? तो विच मीन्स वी हैव गिवन दैट पावर टू द प्रेसिडेंट एंड द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हैज़ ओनली गिवन दैट पावर. सो इट सेज दैट एग्जीक्यूटिव पावर ऑफ द यूनियन शैल बी वेस्टेड इन द प्रेसिडेंट एंड शैल बी एक्सरसाइज्ड बाय हिम ईदर डायरेक्टली और थ्रू ऑफिसर्स सबऑर्डिनेट टू हिम. So either the power is lying in the president only, the executive power of the union is lying in the president only, but the exercising of such power can happen either directly by the president or if some officer is existing subordinate, मतलब उनके नीचे positions में हैं तो उनके through भी indirectly कर सकते हैं, but definitely in accordance with the constitution, which means adhering to the ideals of the constitution. विदाउट प्रेजुडिस टू द जनरलिटी ऑफ द फोरगोइंग प्रोविजन, मतलब जो ऊपर का आगे का भी जो प्रोविज़न है और जो हमने पहले भी पढ़ा है उसमें कोई प्रेजुडिस हमें नहीं रखना, कोई बायसनेस नहीं रखना है. द सुप्रीम कमांड ऑफ द डिफेंस फोर्सेज ऑफ द यूनियन शैल ऑल्सो बी वेस्टेड इन द प्रेसिडेंट and the exercise shall be regulated by law. So therefore the president also is the head of, or let's say the supreme commander of the defense forces of union. ठीक है, तीनों फोर्सेस के जो सुप्रीम कमांडर हैं प्रेसिडेंट हैं. तो क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछा जा सकता है कि ये आर्टिकल कौन सा है या फिर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में दिया हुआ है कि नहीं. सो नोटिस दिस. It also says nothing in this article shall be deemed to transfer to the president any functions conferred by any existing law on the government of any state or any other authority. So understand, if any existing law has conferred any functions on any state government or any other authority, it won't be transferred to the president. क्योंकि यहाँ पे क्या बोला जा रहा है, नथिंग इन दिस आर्टिकल विल डीम टू ट्रांसफर टू द प्रेसिडेंट एनी फंक्शन विच इज़ कन्फर्ड बाय लॉ ऑन दीज अथॉरिटी. सो इफ़ लॉ हैज़ कन्फर्ड ऑन दीज अथॉरिटी एनी फंक्शन, वो उनको काम करना है, वो वापस ट्रांसफ़र प्रेसिडेंट के पास होके नहीं आएगा. प्लस पार्लियामेंट के पास भी पावर होगा, बिकॉज नथिंग इन दिस आर्टिकल विल प्रिवेंट पार्लियामेंट, which means parliament will have the power to confer by law functions on authorities other than the president. So if other than the president the parliament want to confer any other function to any other authority, can do so definitely by law. So these are the basics of the president that you will have to remember. As I just said, election हम अगली क्लास में करेंगे. Moving on with the governor portion. अब executive power of state कहाँ से आता है? So here the executive power of the state shall be vested in the governor, written in the constitution, and shall be exercised by him, again the same thing, either directly or through officers subordinate to him in accordance with the constitution. So you are noticing that the first one is same, first clause is same for both president and governor. So keep writing here so that you know the reason of doing the comparison part gets fitted here. The second thing says nothing in this article shall be deemed. अब यहाँ पे आप देखो, इसमें क्लॉज 2 क्या था? क्लॉज 2 वाज अबाउट द सुप्रीम कमांडर ऑफ डिफेंस फोर्सेज ऑफ यूनियन. तो अब डिफेंस है वो तो वैसे भी यूनियन के अंडर में, तो ये आर्टिकल तो गवर्नर के लिए हो ही नहीं सकता है. देयर कैन नॉट बी एनी सच प्रोविजन. सो वहाँ पे जो क्लॉज 2 है, इट इज़ टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस वन ओनली. दैट इज़ वाई यू हैव अंडर आर्टिकल 154 ओनली 1 and 2 क्लॉजेज ओनली. फिर अगला आ जाता है, ठीक है, क्योंकि सुप्रीम कमांडर वाली चीज़ तो यहाँ पे हो ही नहीं सकती है. बट इट इज़ टेलिंग द नेक्स्ट वन, इफ़ वी सी इन कंपैरिजन, नथिंग इन दिस आर्टिकल शैल बी डीम टू ट्रांसफर द गवर्नर एनी फंक्शंस कन्फर्ड बाय लॉ ऑन एनी अथॉरिटी. द सेम थिंग कि और किसी अथॉरिटी, अब यहाँ पे दिया हुआ था ऑन एनी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट ऑल्सो, बट वो गवर्नर के केस में तो नहीं हो सकता है, बिकॉज इन दैट केस द गवर्नर के अंदर जिन जिन स्टेट्स का जुरिस्डिक्शन है सिर्फ वही अप्लाई होगा. देयरफॉर इट इज़ रिटन कि एनी और अथॉरिटी के अंडर में अगर कोई पावर दी गई है तो इट विल नॉट ट्रांसफर टू द गवर्नर एंड द पार्लियामेंट और द स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर. सो हियर यू हैड ओनली द पावर विथ पार्लियामेंट, क्योंकि स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर थोड़ी ना प्रेसिडेंट को पावर दे रही है यहाँ पे, बट गवर्नर को तो पार्लियामेंट भी पावर दे ही सकते हैं. So it will not prevent parliament or state legislature from conferring by law functions on any authority subordinate to governor. So here also you are seeing that it is same only. The only difference is कि parliament और state legislature दोनों के पास ये power है in the case of governor, while in the case of president definitely the power was only with the parliament, right? And then appointment वाला हम next class में देखेंगे. So I hope everything that we have done by far you have understood it. ठीक है, that is not written because you have to read it from the constitution and remember it. So please go through this structure again and understand what are the subheadings that we are doing. यहाँ से हम कल शुरू करेंगे one by one we'll take all of that into consideration. So please do finish all these previous videos also and see you guys in the next video, lecture number 76. Thank you. Take care till then. Bye bye.